I'm John Ware, a member of the Town Hall Committee and moderator for the first of two panel discussions about the new municipal offices. The first discussion is about the site selection and preparation. I'd like to introduce our panel members, Owens McCullough from Sebago Technics, John Dunster, Revision Energy, and the two members of the Town Committee, April Dufault and Dick Smith. Lastly, Eric LaBelle, Director of Public Works and Professional Engineer. April, what are the problems with the current town hall that have led us to seek a new municipal office?
Where do I begin? The current town hall is over 60 years old. It is the only building in town, or the oldest building in town, the only one that hasn't been totally remodeled. We're looking, some of the key points that we're looking at are safety for the employees as well as the public. Our document storage, our vault is filled to capacity, and it was built 60 years ago, so it is not rated according to today's standards. So all the documents in there are not really protected as well as they should be. And they're very important. I mean, we're talking about birth, death, and marriage licenses since the state of Maine was created. We are required by federal law to store certain documents, to retain them, and we are not storing them according to the law because we just don't have the room. There is no privacy at Town Hall for people who come in to absentee vote. You have to do it at the town clerk's counter, which people are walking by, and is definitely not private. Or if you came in to have a discussion about a poverty abatement or why you can't pay your taxes on time, again, there's no place private to have that discussion. There is inadequate space for employees. Well, the number of employees that town hall was built for 60 years ago is definitely different because we provide a lot more services today than we did 60 years ago. We have more employees, but the town hall hasn't expanded, so the employees are crammed in with two people sharing a cubicle that's meant for one. We also don't have adequate parking at town hall. We have barely enough parking for the employees, let alone the visitors. We have 3 spaces out on the street for visitors, and all we have to do is have one meeting with code enforcement or with the town manager with multiple people there, and the parking spaces are all taken up. So that's my quick overview.
Well, thank you. Dick, are there other issues that have been identified by the current location of the town hall?
Well, obviously, there's just no room for expansion of the existing town hall, either vertically or horizontally. And if we were to expand, we would have to come into compliance with all code restrictions, which would mean add parking, and that's simply impossible. And once we shift to a per diem firefighting force, we lose our meeting space at 32 North Street and also our voting station. We just need to be prepared. Also, there's no backup power source at 6 Elm Street. When the power goes out, the town's out of business. And a backup generator is not even an option there because of the restrictions for either diesel or propane power generators. It can't be done on that site.
Can you expand on what sites were evaluated for the new municipal offices?
Well, the committee actually evaluated 5 sites. And we ranked each on 11 points and showed them either as okay or cautionary or problematic. And this graphical matrix shows the summary of our analysis. And from that, we determined that the sites at 51 North Street, otherwise known as the Village Parcel, and at 32 North Street, next to the Village Fire Station, were really the only ones that were viable. And this primarily came down to costs, and in some cases size, or the availability of central services.
Owens, once you settled on 2 sites to do a deeper study, what things popped out making the 32 North Street overall more desirable?
Well, let's start with the 51 North Street, or better known as the Village Parcel. The development area is constrained primarily due to a stream that crosses the property and associated wetlands that are Maine Department of Environmental Protection jurisdictional, which has prescribed setbacks. There's also shoreland zoning in the northerly portion of the site that we would have to contend with. These features create an irregular development window that is triangular in form and not ideal for development. The site is also a greenfield, meaning that it is not currently developed and would need to be tree removal, it'd have to be graded and constructed upon. A sewer extension would also need to be extended to the project site. As an undeveloped property, the use of the site would require new development, utility extensions, and parking suitable to accommodate the full function of the town office, including public meetings. A comparison of the development footprint between this site and the fire station site suggested a potential site development cost premium of approximately $600,000 to $800,000. The 32 North Street site, which is the fire station property, is currently developed and has public parking already constructed. The positioning of a new town office on the property provided an opportunity for an integrated approach with the existing fire station. The new town office will include a connection to the fire station, aligned for future infill of the fire station expansion, which was needed to accommodate per diem firefighters. The 32 North Street site provides a synergistic approach, capitalizing on shared spaces and infrastructure, avoiding costs that might otherwise be incurred. More specifically, the layout of the site will provide a new town office building within already developed portions of the site, with a new employee parking lot that is dedicated to the employees, and the reuse of existing access points to the site. There will be efficiencies gained through the shared parking opportunities for functions of the town office, select board meetings, town vote, and others by utilizing the public parking space that currently exists, similar to what currently happens for town meetings. Since the site is currently developed and there are existing attributes, parking and access drives, the development footprint is optimized by reducing the overall development footprint as compared to a greenfield site.
Owens, can you describe our ability to rely on renewable energy sources at the new 32 North Street?
Well, from day one, the project has taken an integrated approach to achieve an all-electric building with rooftop solar on the town office. John Dunstruff from Revision Energy has been brought in to assist us with evaluating solar, looking at those costs and options. John?
Thanks, Owens.
Energy modelers have been engaged to optimize the building envelope and use a VFR air source heat pump system. Adding solar panels was modeled to achieve a 61% of the total electric load annual for the new municipal building. By adding solar panels to the fire station roof to provide power to the new office building, even more of the load could be supplied.
Eric, what is the plan to deal with the stormwater runoff to the adjacent neighborhood?
Historic issues in the neighborhood which are not connected to the development of this site have led us to a solution which is planned and budgeted and will be implemented this year. The work should begin shortly.
Owens, the thoughts of locating the municipal offices there, do you anticipate having to do anything additionally in preparing for the stormwater?
Yes, we do. Stormwater management has been a point of conversation throughout the planning of this project, and we've integrated in the management of stormwater to pre-development conditions. In other words, when it's fully developed, the discharge will meet the pre-development conditions, and we're planning to use an under-drain soil filter to collect, treat, and detain stormwater runoff.
I want to thank you all for our panelists today. We hope this presentation has been helpful to those of you in the viewing audience. If you found it to be useful, we ask you to encourage your neighbors in Kennebunkport to watch it as well. One last thing, this is the first of 2 videos about a new municipal building. The second, about the new building design, will be available shortly. So please stay tuned.